those feelings, but not knowing what it is because for a long time, man, it was taboo. You know what I mean? Like, who do you talk to in your family about it if they've never been?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So how do you know what to call those things?
So one thing I've appreciated with just the introduction to bringing the album to me and the idea and the concept behind it is that it's very necessary.
Right.
It's very necessary, and you're doing a job that you didn't know you signed up for.
I didn't.
So you're doing, and that's where a lot of the greatest artistry comes out of.
Okay.
You know,
I would agree.
So, as far as where we at with the process right now, what can we expect from Scatterbrain?
Man, I think you can expect conversation, bro. You can expect healing, wellness. You know what I mean? A lot of time, you know, when you first hear the project, the first initial feeling, you might start to reflect and you might feel some of those negative feelings. But by the time you make it to the end of the project, hopefully you've been able to identify with those things and maybe even address them in your own way to where you might find some of that closure that maybe you didn't really even know that you needed. So, you know.
So, with Scatterbrain, what do you want to come from this?
Like I said, brother, healing, man. At the end of the day, my goal is to make sure that people know that they can be whole again. You know what I mean? It's like a puzzle piece. You know what I'm saying? When you break out a puzzle and you jump it on that table, scatter, right? But at the end of the day, that puzzle can be put back together. We all are scatterbrain. We all can be put back together. We can be whole again.
So let's talk about the cover.
Right.
Take us there.
Okay, so if you look at the cover art, for those that have seen it, you know, and when you do see it, cover art starts off dark. It starts off black, right? So the black can be represented by your troubles. Okay. It can be represented by that pain that maybe you've been feeling, whether it's pain that maybe you've inflicted on yourself. It can be trauma. And as you see, the album cover comes to a light source. That's that light at the end of the tunnel that maybe when you're in the dark, maybe you can't see. You know what I mean? But as you continue to try to seek healing, whether that's through yourself, whether that's you going to see a therapist, or whatever it may be, whether that's talking to your folks, your mom, your sister, your cousin, a friend, whoever it is that you can lean on and kind of air out some of those grievances, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you will start inching towards that light source, man, and you will see the light in the tunnel. And just know that everything will be all right.
So, the cover?
Okay.
I didn't know which way to go with it.
Okay. Well, how you feel? How you felt?
So, from the title to the cover,
okay,
I appreciate it. It's always like it's almost complex to a certain extent, to where it's like I can see like it's real. This is art. This is not just like a few words stamped in whatever font across the cover. But the Scatterbrain, it spoke to me because I know that's how I can be. I can fall into that category to where I got so much going on. I personally be needing like cues or reminders for stuff to start triggering. Like, okay, all right. So I'm like, all right, well, I need to dive into this. And then we're talking about mental health. For me, I think a lot of times, and I think with like even with mental health, it's more so with mental health awareness. I feel like it's more so it needs to be a conversation about more self-awareness,
right?
And I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm about to be 29 next month. In less than a month, I'll be 29 years old. And I feel like I've most so recently just been becoming more and more aware of like how I am, what triggers me,
what makes you comfortable, what makes you uncomfortable.
Yes.
And learning how to live with those things.
So with going through this process, right, making this album, what did you learn about yourself?
Man, I learned that it's okay for me to be vulnerable in public. You know what I mean? I think me doing the whole counseling thing, that's behind closed doors, and I didn't realize that I can be vulnerable in public and it be okay. And it can be accepted across, just people, man, like the people who've heard it, and just to hear that response and they like, man, I identify with that. I know what you was talking about. I feel what you're saying. You know what I mean? It's like, it's cool to display some of those things on a public forum such as music, man.
Right. So I also want to open up the floor to our Facebook Live. If you are on the live and you got a question that you want to ask Mr. Willmatic Beats himself, please go ahead and chime in the comment section. I'll look up at some point to get that question, right? So we've discussed how important mental health is to you. Is there any experiences that you might want to share that possibly helped cultivate this album or help push this album? Because you said, so with your background in military, and whatnot, you had to be in the know of a lot of things maybe sooner than most people. And dealing with a whole lot more realer life situations and are surrounded amongst other people who, you know, seeing and dealing with more real life situations.
Right.
So what about it? Hold on. What about it was like significant for you to help push you here? Was there a friend of yours? Did you have a close friend? Did you is it, you know, do you have any or have a mental health disorder or anything like that you know, hey, I suffer from anxiety, hey, you know, anything like that you might want to let the people know?
Hey man, I deal with bouts, man, just like a lot of people, man. I have my moments of you know, battling depression. You know, and like I said, it got to the point where, man, I can be vulnerable in public and I can talk about these things. It doesn't, talking about it is not a trigger for me. You know what I mean? Anxiety, bro. And I mean, it can go all the way back to as recent as last week. You know what I mean? Just at work, bro, and just things going on. It's like, man, I just need to take a step back. You know what I mean? And kind of collect myself. So, I mean, it can be as small as that, or it can be as big as, like you said, that we brought up the military. And there's times where maybe I felt like the decision I made might have been like a personal gain situation. So I'll give you an example. I'll speak on it briefly.
Okay. And you ain't got, so you can also, you know, if you have to deviate from original story with names.
Oh yeah. No, I ain't dropping no names. None of that.
Locations.
But you know what I mean? Leaving overseas, I had an option to stay overseas or, you know, or come back home. And ultimately, I chose to come back home after I was there for 7 months or so. You know what I mean? And feeling like once I got back home, that plane ride home, I felt great. It was like, man, you know what I'm saying? I did what I had to do on the way back home, go see my folks. I'm excited. But once I got back, I did feel a moment of guilt. You know what I mean? Feeling like that maybe I should have stayed for my folks. Like, that's my family too. And feeling like, and I wasn't the only one on that plane, so I'm sure I'm not the only one that probably felt like that. Like I said, we all
feel
did
like it was still your duty to be around. Or?
To be around, not necessarily, and this might offend some people, not necessarily to serve my country, but just feeling like maybe I left the bros hanging.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I get that.
I had, you know, a couple of them decided that, you know, they're going to stick it out a little longer. And feeling like, man, maybe I let them down without even having that conversation with them. You know, but just mentally just feeling like maybe I made the wrong choice. You know what I mean? And at the moment, it just felt like a personal gain thing. But, you know, through many sessions, I was kind of able to come around to be like, look, you did what you had to do for you. At the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself. And
that's definitely something that can weigh on you. And a lot of times, it's hard for people to make decisions solely for them and about them, and it be just that, because especially if you working in a system where you're wanting to be accountable for the next man,
right?
So
you taught to be that way.
Yeah,
it's ingrained in you, man. Like they strip you down to believe that. I don't want to say that in a negative way, but they teach you how to be for others instead of self. So in that moment, I felt like, man, I made a self decision, and I fucked up. You know what I mean? Not knowing that, you know, at the end of the day, bro, like, it's my duty to still take care of myself. You know what I mean? And, you know, I deserve to come home to my family. I do. And, you know, I had to kind of get to that point to where I was okay with that decision.
So let's talk about coming home to your family.
Okay.
When you came home, unenlisted,
right?
Were you married then?
No.
Because
I get married.
Look, I know we got to talk. We got to talk about the man today.
Look,
we got to talk about the man
I'm here
today.
for it.
Okay,
I'm here for it.
I know you a family man.
Hey, yeah.
I know. I'm trying to get you home by a certain time.
Hey, I appreciate it.
You know. Okay. So let's go there.
Hey, man. Actually, haven't gotten married yet. I know I'm wearing the ring. But it hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
June 11th, bro.
June 11th?
June 11th.
2022?
2022.
Ooh,
we right around the corner, man.
That's what's up. How you feeling?
I feel great, bro. Cause
you ain't got a lot of me, man.
Nah, bro. I feel great.
I got you. I got
feel
you.
great,
I got
bro.
you. I got you.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, man, you know, I knew what I signed up for when I got in this relationship, bro. Mm-hmm. You know, the whole point is, with me, is like, I'm not going to get in a relationship just to be in a, you know, for the sake of being in a relationship. The goal is to marry. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it was like, at the end of the day.
Sidebar. How old are you?
I'm 27. I just turned 27, May 4th.
Okay. All right. Happy birthday. Happy belated, brother. Happy belated.
You know what I mean? So the goal was to get married. So, you know, at a certain point, you know, a certain time, I had to make a grown man decision and go buy that ring and, you know what I mean, make sure her family was there, you know, in attendance, because I know that's what she would have wanted.
It's nice that you got your ring before actual wedding day.
Hey, man.
Some of us ain't get to live that life.
Hey, bro.
Some of us ain't get to live that life.
Hey, look.
I'll have a conversation with my wife later, but go ahead, brother.
Hey, look, I ain't trying to start no fights.
It's too late.
In the hairy household.
Too late.
Bro.
We in the shops. Too late.
Hey, man. But honestly, bro, it was like, you know, when we went to pick up the ring, it was like, you know, you can't put that on, right? I said, who can't put it on? Who can't put it on? I bet you don't stop if you wearing this ring. You know what I mean? It was one
wear
of
it proud, man.
Bro, I'm gonna wear it, bro, because at the end of the day, man, it's not what makes the marriage, but it is the symbol. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's the symbol that when people see it, they know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. So, you're getting married. Well, I honestly didn't know you. Of course, it's not public knowledge.
Right.
Your wedding date.
Hey man, I don't care, bro. Hey, look, it's a limited seating, brother. So if you
show
up.
Look, trust me.
I don't know what to tell you.
So we can have. I will have the sidebar conversation on marriage,
right,
and weddings and stuff. I can promise you, everything will be a whole lot calmer after the wedding day.
Hey man, I hope so, brother. It's hectic right
Look,
now.
everything will be a whole lot more
it's
calmer
hectic right now, bro.
after the wedding day. So can we hope to see Scattered Brain out on all platforms prior to the wedding day?
And that's the plan, bro. I do not plan on still be trying to work through these issues after the wedding day. Mm-hmm. Like, cause I ain't trying to take that into my honeymoon, brother. I'm trying to have a good time. I ain't trying to be worried about this.
I'm trying to have a good time.
Look, bro.
So I got a question from Facebook Live. All right. You might know this person, Wood Coleman.
Oh man, that's Big Bro.
Big Bro, what's up?
Like Blood Brother.
Blood Brother, what's up? What's up?
Man.
What's up, black man? He asks where you get that drip from. So for those who can't see, he is currently. Is this an official logo? What we do? What's going on here? Talk to me.
It's an official logo. I guess you could say that.
Okay.
It's not the main logo, but it's a logo. You know what I mean? Official. You can find it on freecoastrecords.com, bro. That's for my big brother, man. That's where I get it from. Hey, go copy one since you seen it. Go get you one, man. freecoastrecords.com.
Yes, indeed. I'm gonna need one in like a little XL.
Hey, bro, I can get it for you.
As long as it don't have no loose necks, right? I can't.
Nah,
do
bro.
loose neck.
Nah, bro. It's gonna fit you the way you want it.
All right. So, how long did you work on Scatterbrain?
Man, I think we initially had to talk. Let's see, we in May now. I was last year, maybe around December.
20.
Would that be
21?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's about 7 months?
Right.
So
not a super long time, but long enough. Long enough.
So with the recording process, are there any songs that, didn't make the cut?
Yes. It's a lot of songs that I they were Scatterbrain sessions, but at the end of the day, it was like, I don't know if this really fits the bill of what it is I'm trying to create. Mm-hmm.
Did you deviate at all from like?
A lot of things was that factor, man. It was the production. I appreciate it, brother. You know what I'm saying? That box like tearing me up real.
It's all good.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we good.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, the production that was at play, man, it was like it's not really conveying the picture that I wanted to. Cause on this project, I only produced one track. You know what I mean?
How was that being able to
avoid
release the reins?
Look, bro, because at the end of the day, I knew what Scatterbrain was for. Scatterbrain was for me to focused on writing. It was focused on the message,
providing vocals,
right? And it's like at the end of the day, I got faith in the producers that I chose to work with. I got faith in them to be able to paint that picture for me. So I didn't have to be behind the boards. Plus, I knew if I was behind it, production wise.